Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so Battlegrounds Brawl is a tournament where, well, let's face it, 99% of the viewers are not particularly interested, in the qualifying requirements to Battlegrounds Brawl, because it's only going to be top 8 summoners from Gladiator circuit that do have a chance to go to Vancouver, and that's obviously going to happen in October. However, the most important thing is that in order to qualify for Battlegrounds Brawl, you need to place in top 8 10. And with the announcement of all the information about Battlegrounds Brawl that we have so far, Kabam has let us know Season 10 Battlegrounds metas. So just like Season 9, we're only going to have basically 2 metas in Gladiator Circuit and 1 meta entire month of Victory Track. So let's break them down. I'm not going to be going over the list of MVPs just quite yet, because the next video that I'm going to be making is going to be for the Gladiator Circuit weeks 3 and 4 meta, about which champions I think will work extremely well, and so on and so forth. But we can still take a look at the nodes and kind of see what we have to prepare and keep that in mind. I know I will. Right, so first things first, Victory Track meta. In Season 10 is going to be Hard Knock Life. Every time the attacker performs a successful well-timed block, they gain a passive disorient, reducing defensive ability accuracy and block proficiency by 10% for 15 seconds. We're also going to have Ebb and Flow Knockdown, which is going to make this meta quite tricky, because Defender has protection, reducing all incoming damage by 60%. Knocking the Defender down removes this protection and grants the attacker a Fury passive, increasing attack rating by 40% for 12 seconds. When the Fury expires, the protection returns and all debuffs on the Defender are purified, and then we have our mandatory, tracker node. So this meta sounds quite finicky, because obviously in vast majority of the times, in order to knock the opponent down, you will be doing that with heavy attack, which means you will parry, which means you will get the disorient, which means your consecutive future parries might fail and you will be taking more block damage. And additionally, Ebb and Flow Knockdown in itself is a node that's quite heavyweight in terms of implications, because not only it involves damage reduction, it involves potential damage increase. So any champions like Kate Bishop will, for instance, benefit highly here from the increased 40% attack, and so on and so forth. So there's going to be quite interesting champion interactions for that. But most importantly, when this Fury expires, all debuffs are purified. That means that using debuff heavy champions might be significantly harder in this meta. So I definitely do look forward to playing it. I think it is on the harder side when it comes for the Victory Track metas. I do not think it is, going to be the easier version of what we have had in Victory Track, because the Ebb and Flow Knockdown definitely makes itself known. At the same time, I think it's kind of fair enough type of node, because it doesn't necessarily increase the difficulty to the max if you don't want to. If you can accept some damage reduction at times and do not rush to knock the opponent down, then you can not completely ignore Ebb and Flow Knockdown, but it will not be too intrusive, and you will not just randomly enter the fight and die if you do not have the right counter for the node. So I think it's a solid meta for Victory Track. I'm sure a lot of people will not like it though, because protection and failing parries on top of already failing parries without the disorients is going to cause a lot of swearing. Now, when it comes to Gladiator Circuit, obviously the first 2 nodes have been upped significantly, as in like the disorients becoming more potent, and then we have Ebb and Flow Knockdown is basically the same, because there's nothing to be changed. But we also have evasive maneuvers, which will add an extended level of difficulty to that meta, because when the defender is knocked down, they gain an evade charge for 10 seconds, and if the defender is attacked while this charge is active, they basically get guaranteed evade. And in most cases, this, is one of those things that will just catch you now and then, but you can just play around, because if you know to expect the evade, you know how to deal with it. But there will be champions like Elsa, like Mordo, like a handful of others that do have these extended mechanics of whenever they do evade, they like degen you or hit you or play shock on you or something. That will create, again, more interesting set of interactions where you will need an evade counter on top of pretty much everything else. Otherwise, you will be kind of guaranteed to lose some health. So, or you just need to play with the protection on, for instance, because the protection is 12 seconds. disaway is 10 seconds, there's virtually no time to wait out disaway before the protection comes back. So yeah, this is definitely going to be quite a bit trickier, in my opinion. And then we have week 3 and week 4, the most important method, the method that matters the most, because this is going to be the method that will decide which players end up going to Vancouver and where you place at the end of the season and all that other stuff. And I'm kind of pleased to announce that, Crit Me With Your Best Shot is coming back. And those of you who do not know what it does, is basically this defender takes 100% less damage from hits that are not critical, but there is a note to help you out with that. Critical interruption, intercepting the opponent's dash with basic attacks grants the attacker a precision passive, giving them guaranteed critical hits for 7 seconds. And this seemingly simple node combination has a ton of implications because of the way Crit Me With Your Best Shot is coded. Crit Me With Your Best Shot will basically mean that your defenders do not take recoil damage or do not suffer from any damaging debuffs, including your own. So when it comes to masteries, you can run Liquid Courage Double Edge, and the defenders will basically be perfectly fine because they will completely ignore every single aspect of recoil and those masteries. And then when it comes to offensive use champions, this completely takes away all the burst damage. So, Hercules is going to lose all of his secondary damage. Gallon is going to be completely worthless because Gallon will be unable to do his big burst damage. And Tigra will not have her burst of damage, especially because, damage or time effects also will be completely useless. So only yellow numbers can do damage here. So, yet again, no damage or time effects, no burst of damage, none of that other stuff. And that automatically will make some defenders an absolute nightmare. We have had this meta before, and it was beloved and enjoyed by a lot of people. I want to see how the reception to this meta will be this time around, because we're going to have something like Captain Britain that's going to significantly slow down the opponent's Man-Thing. There's going to be a massive, massive problem because whenever you crit, Man-Thing obviously caps that crit damage. We're going to have Havoc, and we're going to have Nova, and we're going to have Ebony Maw, where unless you have a Science Champion, you're probably going to struggle. It'll be interesting to see how it will work with some of the newer additions since we have had this meta active, like with Future Ant-Man, how he will function then. Obviously, again, keep in mind that any champions that rely on extra, like let's say Kate, for instance. Kate's Cold Snap just doesn't exist, right? Cassie Lang powers things, they do no damage, right? Absorbing Man's physical burst does nothing. Shocker can't crit. Probably not a great idea. So it will definitely be very interesting meta, in my opinion. But if you are kind of scared of it, then remember that we have had this meta in past, and it was one of the most fun and beloved metas that we have had. I certainly will have to do some digging in my own past videos and streams to remind myself more of it in order to, potentially pick my future rank up decisions and some other things, because this meta was very different. And what is one of the coolest things about this meta that I absolutely loved? Human Torch was useless, Archangel was useless, Tigra was useless, quite a lot of top nuke type of champions just didn't matter. And then we were free to ban different things and main different things and worry about different things. Because currently, whenever we build a deck, we pretty much have to take in consideration the fact that Human Torch exists, the fact that Archangel exists, or waste our bans on it and stuff like that. Which is a big reason why I am personally kind of advocating or hoping for black and white lists in Battlegrounds, just like in Alliance Wars. Because, we all know that, select 5 champions occupy about 90% of the bans in Battlegrounds. Anyways, that's it for now. I just figured that it would be good to let you guys know, in case you missed this part of the announcement, that what will be the nodes for Season 10. Again, Victory Track, Hard Knock Life, Ebb and Flow Knockdown, and then enhanced version of that as the first meta of the Gladiator circuit. And then we have Crit Me with your best shot meta for basically the most important qualifying weeks 3 and 4. That's it for now, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye! Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information